We used to read stories about AI as science fiction. Now we're living in one. But it's not only the stories that we know. AI is now part of the stories that we tell. So today we're going to talk about this in our AI and storytelling discussion. We have 3 topics for today's discussion. We're going to talk about the stories we tell with AI, which we've tried in the activities this month. And we're going to talk about the stories we already told about AI, the science fiction, which is now reality. And we'll talk about the stories we choose to tell with AI, because the stories we tell shape the future we live. This is part of the AI Goddesses community. Every month we have a discussion where we can all join and share our experience and ideas. If you don't know what this is, the AI Goddesses is a global women's community dedicated to helping women learn AI in a fun, playful, and actually active way. We learn hands-on with AI activities every week. If you don't know me, I'm Faye. I'm the founder of this community. I'm an AI educator and I used to be a software architect. I love connecting between people and tech. Our community is connected online through our WhatsApp community and offline in person in our local chapters. And we're still growing, looking for more hosts. We're going to talk today first about AI as our partner, our collaborator in storytelling, like we did in our activity this month and the ones that we're going to do. And then we're going to talk about AI in the stories that we already told, the science fiction, all the creative tellings out there about what kind of world we imagined and what are we living now. And finally, we're going to talk about AI and the stories we choose to tell. We are going to see how the stories we tell shape the future we build, and we are going to choose what kind of story we want to tell. Our voice is part of the story of AI. Our first topic is AI as a storytelling collaborator, and this month we are living it. We have tried it with a storytelling song where we asked our personal AI to tell our story in a song, and the AI that can make it really blew our mind. And we made a journey app, an app with an emotional journey, self-reflection, and beautiful cards at the end. For me, it was the most surprising activity. The card app felt for me like a true collaboration, the activity we did just last week. And I created my own journey. It asked me questions, and then it made this beautiful visual and poetic reflection. And it felt so true. I felt so seen in this moment, and it surprised me every step of the way in the way that it helped me create this interface for my story, and the way it understood my language and style, and the way it reflected back to me what I said into beautiful new insights. And I really got to see a new way of my story, a new angle, a new experience. So here is my first question to you. When was the last time creating with AI made you feel your story in a new way? Long before AI existed, science fiction already imagined it. We are moving on to our second topic, the stories that we already told about AI. Think about some of the stories you know about AI. There's one that you heard before we even imagined that AI would be in our lifetime. Or some of these predictions have already come true. Some of them are quietly coming around the corner. But think of what you know there. There is the personal companion AI. It's a reality. We can talk to it. The AIs that make music and images and writes code and helps us write our own stories. This advanced technology being available for everyone, new system coming on, new ways of doing things, new creations, new ideas, new solutions in medicine. Look around, some of it has already come through. I love to read and I love sci-fi, and I especially love reading about AI books, now more than ever as it feels so real. Some of the books that inspired me are After On, which talks about AI in our social system, in the social media, which already happening, and brings a really unique perspective on this situation. I highly recommend some books that talk about a complete social restructuring, this technology being available to create new kinds of communities that are more self-sustaining, more ecological. The Demon and Freedom books. There is so many stories that we can get inspired from. And if you have any recommendations, I would be happy that you share them in the group. So my second question for you is, we used to read about AI as fiction. Which part of that fiction do you now live in? Our final topic is the stories that we choose to tell now, because we're already living in a version of the future. We have already made huge jumps with this technology, with AI, and there's even bigger things coming, and we can use them to build a better future. This month we played with your voice, with AI, creating a story together. And stories are part of what builds the future. To live a better future, we need to be able to imagine it. 1 year ago, I told myself a story about a community of women everywhere, global, that is learning AI and having fun and playing with it and feeling like they're magic. And I told my story so much that it came true. My last question for you. So much of what we hear about AI is someone else's story. So what is your story about AI? You know what story I'm still telling. So what do we take with us from today? First of all, your story matters, and AI can help you experience this in a new way and share it in a new way. Second, the future is coming quietly and loudly, and it's exciting, and we can be a beautiful part of it. And third, this story can also be yours. AI story can be your story. You can be part of it. And by being part of it, you impact how it develops. Thank you for joining me, and I invite you to go deeper. Go to Perplexity, a beautiful AI search engine that will help you search the internet easily, and ask it about any AI science fiction books or movie that feel true today. See what comes up. Maybe share with us something that made you think. I will see you next week in our next activity, where we're going to create another storytelling experience. And in the meantime, if you're still itching to learn more about AI, go check out our resources. We have our website, aigoddesses.community, and in the resources I've gathered for you amazing prompts, my favorite tools, and more AI activities. Share our beautiful community with a friend that would love this. She is so welcome to join and discover with us. The more women in this space, the more we can bring our voice and our story into the future that's shaping of AI.